Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh, and welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna be talking about those new Godzilla toys that was announced. It's been like what, a week, something like that. Yeah, I know. I understand. I'm a little bit behind. Okay, I get that. That's definitely should have been something I should have covered right when it came out. Although to be fair, this is kind of unraveling in a way. So there's still some info that we're kind of waiting for when it comes to this. Because long story short, we still don't got any like actual like news as to when these figures might come out. But it's man, I mean, I can't wait. Basically, as some of you guys may or may not know, Playmates Toys, that's the company. Not only are they the company behind the Ninja Turtles, but this is also the same company that basically got the rights to do the Godzilla toys, right? So, of course, they made the figures based off of the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, and without a doubt, that toy line became popular, and I mean way popular. Honestly, it became so bigger than expected. They announced that they're pretty much gonna continue the line, but no, they're not gonna continue it. They're gonna expand it, meaning they're gonna be making figures based off of previous MonsterVerse movies. And it's like, wow, really? And so far there were two pictures that got leaked online at like London Toy Fair, and wow, like even though they're just two pictures, I mean, it's like that old cliche, picture is worth 1,000 words, and you know what? That's definitely true. We got a lot to digest going into this, because honestly, the fact that they're going to continue this line, it's not just shocking, it's incredible. The fact that they're going to be able to continue this line, and we're getting some new figures and all that, and that's cool. Yeah, so basically I'm gonna basically just start talking about them. Let's kind of go over the little catalog basically. Now, obviously, as always, before I really talk about something, I have to give you some context for people that don't know, right? Because that's kind of my thing. I've always liked to let people be informed as to what exactly I'm talking about before I really get to the gist of it. So basically, for a while now, for years now, we've been having like kind of like random companies that's been kind of doing toys for each of the MonsterVerse movies. So I know Bandai, I remember they took a little part in working with the 2014 Godzilla film. I know for Kong Skull Island, I completely forgot the name, but it's made by this company. It's the same company that I want to say Leonard Toys, but I could be wrong. I don't want to get them mixed up. I think it's the same people that are now making the Aliens versus Predator kids toys. It's pretty hard to kind of go into that, right? And then of course with Godzilla King of the Monsters, you had Jack Specific. So now with this, now you have Playmates Toys, and at first, during the beginning of Playmates run, when it came to the Godzilla toys, obviously they were got a lot of negatives basically. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I remember exactly, and I didn't discover it till like Christmas Day. I remember. I believe this was like in like maybe 2019. If I'm wrong, I'm not too sure. When pictures started going around showing the classic Godzilla toys, and basically the whole purpose of those figures was that they were basically meant to be sort of a continuation of the Bandai Creations figures. And obviously in Japan, you got the Bandai Movie Monster series, which is basically the same thing as the Bandai Creations, except there's some differences. It's really complicated, and I'm not going to get too much into it, only because I wanted to talk about Playmates' new stuff. So let's just say it wasn't really received quite well, and people were kind of nervous about the Godzilla versus Kong toy line. But after seeing how it is and how it all performed, honestly, without a doubt, they're definitely one of the best Godzilla figures to just pretty much ever, honestly. And Kong too, don't get me wrong. We have to give respect to the big monkey as well. We can't just leave him behind, because yes, he also got himself a new figure, which we will be talking about in a sec, because wow, the fact that this one specific figure has been made, it's quite interesting, honestly. So yeah, so there's been a big slew of figures, obviously, and I'm looking at my live chat. So okay, so it was Leonard. Okay, great. Thank you, Action Stop Motion. Thank you for telling me, because I was very afraid to get that wrong, because I want to get everything nice and precise. So on my phone too, yeah, I'm going to be showing you the pictures as well. Amateurish production, I know. This is live. I'm live streaming this right now. expect production of my videos to be really cheap. In fact, I forgot to mention this. I was gonna do this video just sitting down on my chair over there where my desk is, but since I'm doing this video at like almost 9 o'clock, it's gonna be 9 o'clock soon, basically. And it's like no, because and for some reason it's dark, like you could barely see my face and everything. So I'm thinking like, wow, like how has my last 2 videos been performing? The fact that people are still willing to tune in, especially when you can barely see anything. So I'm back here at the back of my room. You got some better lighting right here, so hopefully things turn out well. I also plan on, going back to my setup to how I was doing it when I was on my Josh the Random Guy channel. So basically, you're gonna be expecting some changes around making these videos and all that. Not sure when, because obviously when I make these videos, it's kind of on and off. Basically, it's like, if I don't want to promise to make a video the next day and then it doesn't. Basically, we got that. So always expect something random each time from this channel, right? So yeah, I forgot exactly when they announced this with the whole continuing the toy line. It's funny because when they say that they're going to continue it, but they're not only that they're going to expand it, but they're also going to change it completely, because this is no longer going to be called the Godzilla vs. Kong toy line, and they're no longer calling it the classic toy line either. Basically, Playmates, they were working on 2 different toy lines at the same time. The GVK line and then the Classics line, which, with some Godzilla figures and some Kong figures. Basically, that toy line was mostly supposed to mimic what Bandai was doing all those years ago. And they even went as far as to actually re-release some of Bandai's older figures, such as the 1974 Mecha Godzilla, 1968 Godzilla, 2001 Kingidora, and a couple of others on top of that. So obviously, that was the whole point of the line. Obviously, because this was an entirely different company working on the figures, obviously the quality with the plastic and everything was going to be quite different. So on top of that, of course, I have to mention this, even though I really don't want to. But of course, then you also got the whole controversial Shin Godzilla situation. But don't worry, because there's actually been a pretty huge update when it comes to this figure, and we'll definitely get into that. Not just with their GK line, but with their Classics line as well. It's incredible. Playmates definitely listened to fans when they were complaining at the beginning, because even though I personally didn't see nothing wrong with the figures, a lot of people did. But like I said, the company's improved vastly. I mean, honestly, especially with the Classics line and all that. And the GVK line was so much fun. You got a lot of things going on. You got different versions of Kong, and you got the Kong with the battle axe, Godzilla with heat ray and all that. You got all different types. And then you got the big ones. You got the 11-inch or the 12-inch giant figures, which mostly just contain of Godzilla, Kong, and Mecha Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla from the Godzilla vs. Kong movie, of course. I mean, I don't think they need to tiptoe around when it comes to spoilers anymore, because when I used to do my first channel, every time I talk about Godzilla vs. Kong content, I always try my best not to like get too much into the spoilers and all that. Even after the movie came out, I even try my best not to talk about Godzilla in general, because I really leave my first channel to begin with, because I talk too much Godzilla. Everybody tuned in, want to see me talk about Godzilla stuff. The moment they saw me not doing Godzilla stuff, they were like, nah, bro, no. Give me some Godzilla stuff. I'm done with this. Nah. That's basically my first channel in a nutshell. So, But I got way too excited when I saw this new info on the figure. And I'm just on my phone right now, and I'm just like waiting to like show you the new stuff. Even though it's just 2 pictures, I mean, it don't matter. These pictures are kind of cropped because they were showing more. But what they're going to do is that obviously they're going to be re-releasing their old GVK figures and their classic figures as well. And of course, because they're basically rebranding the line, it's going to have a different name. So now they're going to be calling it the Monsterverse line, meaning, like I said before, they're going to be making figures based off of the previous Monsterverse films. So like I mentioned before, there's 4 films, right? You got 2014 Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then Godzilla vs. Kong. And then now after that, there's also the new Monsterverse TV show that's set to premiere on, I think, Apple Plus, something like that. Look, I'm not too good on streaming services. Okay, I be on that HBO Max and on that Peacock and stuff like that. But I'm not about that Disney Plus or that other stuff or whatever. Basically, I'm not. Well, I am a TV person. I am kind of a TV guy. I know that's weird, right? Because TV's dying. But I'm like, there's still some people that watch TV, but that's not the argument, right? That's not what we're talking about here. Basically, people want to see this continue. So same goes for the toys. So Playmates is like, wow, this really became really big and popular. So they were like, you know what? Why not? Let's continue the line. There's definitely tons of like opportunity. Like honestly, a lot. You could do so much with this toy line. And I love that they're definitely getting onto that. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to come. So with the stuff that we got right now, it might not seem much, but there's definitely going to be some good stuff going on there. So as for the pictures I'm going to show you, like I say, these are cropped, so they're not showing the entire like case of new figures. Like I say, mostly because they're just showing most of the ones that already came out. So definitely one of the earliest stuff that we got was that Godzilla was going to get his own Battle War figure. So, of course, obviously, for quite a while now, people kind of knew that he was eventually going to get his own figure. So, finally, he did, But, of course, instead of being that old packaging, that old orange bright box thing or whatever you call it, now it's in this brand new Monsterverse package, and this is basically the picture. I'm going to lower down the brightness so I can show it to you just a little bit better. So this picture, if I'm correct, was sent by I think Ned Chang. He's basically the guy that's done a lot of the whole releases when it comes to the Godzilla vs. Kong toys. Every time some new stuff comes with this toy line, he's always the first guy to he has his own Twitter and everything. He always basically posts stuff like that, and it's like, oh cool, they're coming up, but then you forget, oh, but he's from China, so it's like, okay, I see what he's doing. They're probably released over there first. And then they're going to come here, who knows how long. I don't know. Shipping problems. You know what I mean? I wish I was joking, but as a person that works in retail and, as a person who also tries to avoid watching the news as much as possible because I hate hearing about COVID all the time. But obviously, when it comes to shipping issues and all that, when they said that these things are going to get announced on a certain date, I think we're going to have to expect that they're not going to come out just like that, like right away. I mean, look at NECA Toys. You know how many figures the company have announced, and almost some of it, I haven't even seen like half of it come out already. Where's my Ash from the first Evil Dead movie? I want that. They say he was supposed to come out in January, but no one can find him because he's not out yet. So expect that with these new figures, basically. Because who knows when these are going to come out? There's no date. Honestly, we can see how nice they look in the package, but still, we got no date for them. And of course, this is the first picture that we got of the Battle Roar Godzilla. I mean the Battle Roar Mecha Godzilla. I apologize. They did make a Battle Roar Godzilla and a Battle Roar Kong. Sadly, I only own the Battle Roar Kong because did I forget to mention that the toy line also got a huge scalping problem? Did I forget to mention that? Yeah, how do I explain that? I don't want to get off topic or anything like that, but that was also kind of a thing with the toy line was that it was way too popular to the point where you got like scalpers trying to sell the figures. Like you get like a $10 figure being sold for like $30 on eBay. And I remember, I need to talk about this because I remember mentioning this in my old channel, but there was a massive scalping problem going on with these figures. I have to go back and talk about that for the sake of this new channel because holy crap, is this still relevant? Very sad. But of course, this is not the stuff that gets scalped. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know. So where can we go down the line, right? So I'm trying my best to kind of read the card because they got like a little thing that says the name of the figure because these names, apparently they got some different things going on. So one of the figures I want to talk about right now for one of the new figures is I think it says Ferocious, but I'm not too sure. I believe I'm going to have to take off my glasses because I see better up close without my glasses for some reason. So it basically says, I think it does say Ferocious, but I could be wrong. Ferocious Kong with helicopter and chain propeller. I hope that's right. I'm not too sure. And I try my best to scour the internet to find HD, pictures of these. And obviously, I don't got too good internet with this, especially this phone. This phone's pretty old. I gotta go get one pretty soon. So, yeah. So, if in case no one's seen the movies, obviously explaining these figures is gonna be quite difficult. So I'm gonna explain them as as good as possible. Just in case if you've never seen any of the MonsterVerse movies, I'll explain. So for this, basically, this Kong figure is gonna be based off of a scene in the movie Kong Skull Island. And you can't tell, but they even showed the logo where it says Kong Skull Island, so you know that it's from that movie. And basically, there's a scene where Kong's going to use like a chain propeller. Basically, it's like a giant chain, and then you got like the ginormous boat propeller or whatever, and he uses that as a weapon fighting against the skull crawler in the movie. And I love that they're going to continue the vehicle idea. I love that because what almost not all of them, almost every Godzilla figure you get, the GVK line or whatever, or the MonsterVerse, basically with each one, they always come with little vehicles. Like I said, not all of them, but I'll explain it to you. So Skullcrawler came with the heave. Mechagodzilla also came with a heave. Because if you watch the movie, there was 3 of them. So I'm kind of curious if they'll ever make another figure, and then it comes with a 3rd heave. And to be fair, they are painted differently, so it's not like it's going to be the same thing over and over. At least there's some variety when it comes to colors. The Warbat came with an Osprey, which is like a funny type of helicopter or whatever. And then there's Antarctic Kong that also came with an Osprey. This doesn't wait. Oh, and I almost forgot. About the normal Kong, the Kong with fighter jet. How could I almost forget about that? That's ridiculous. So yeah, that's cool. A nice huge variety, right? I know that with the figure Supercharged Godzilla, he does come with a jet as well. But the problem with that jet is that it's kind of destroyed because it's made to kind of fit in his hand. So it's not really like it's not like that. No, it's just pretty much smashed. So it's like I don't even count that as a vehicle. I just count that as like a little weapon. Kind of, because not to get into spoilers, but it's pretty fun when you see like Kong and Godzilla, they're throwing like legit jets at each other, which is why they made that figure Kong with fighter jet for that reason. Kind of interesting. That figure, I'm pretty sure that figure did came out before the movie. People were like, "Bro, is he gonna like legit throw the jet?" And like, whew. Honestly, that fight, and when they first meet and they start fighting, that shit is mad cool. I love that. So basically, I forgot to mention another thing with these figures is that they have battle damage. They all do, all of them, except for the battle roar and the giants. Of course, any Godzilla or Kong figure that has little weird, funny active features, and then if they're like ginormous as hell, they don't have the battle damage, but the basic figures do. So this one definitely has that. He got it like on his left arm. And what's funny is that the Kong from the Godzilla vs. Kong movie is funny because he got the battle damage, but he has it on his right arm. And this newer version has it on his left arm. So that's funny. And I'm very impressed with the sculpt too. I like how they managed to still keep his size, but also make it different at the same time. It's very hard to tell. The figure in specific, that's the one I was talking about, the Ferocious Kong. You can see the propeller he has. It's like a kind of chain, kind of, I don't know why. I've always loved accessories like that. I don't know what it is. Same goes with the Ninja Turtles. I always love like when Mikey got like the nunchucks and whatever, and I always find it fun. Whenever you get the like the chain with like the actual chain, if that makes sense, but you don't really see it that often with the Team NT line. But we'll get into that in another story. And right next to him, we can't really continue without talking about the big golden dragon here. You got Kingidora, and that's surprising. Playmates is actually going to make Kingidora from Godzilla King of the Monsters. Honestly, and I love how the heads too, they got like they're unique. Like they're not all just like the same head sculpt because King Ghidorah got three heads and whatever. They're all actually like posed. I love that. That's great. That's like putting character into your figure instead of just being like a boring kind of, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. None of the Godzilla figures or Kong figures are boring. They're not. You could tell each one is definitely meant to be as fun as possible. I mean, think about it. I got the Kong figure right here. This is the one that came with the fighter jet. And he looks basic, he looks kind of, but you know, you could tell. I mean, you know, look at the face, the paint is great, you know, and the articulation's perfect, you know, look at that. How's that not fun, you know? Come on, imagine that. And they're pretty nice and solid for what they are too. I'm a little bit worried about how when kids play with this and they're gonna be like hitting each other in the head, that shit's gotta hurt. But yeah, King Ghidorah, that's definitely the biggest shocker is that they're gonna make King Ghidorah. Because well, the only like I said, the when Jack Specific when they were making the toys for Godzilla King of the Monsters, they did made a King Ghidorah figure, and that figure was it was fine. You know, I have it, but I'm not really obsessed with it. I actually have it hanging on my ceiling. So yeah, and yeah, yes, I did make a review. I remember I did make a review of him during my first channel, but it was just music in the background. It wasn't really me talking or anything like that. So if you want to go look for that video, that's fine. But I don't know. I wouldn't suggest it. It's kind of a dumb video. I mean, it's like, what do you expect? It's from when I first started YouTube. So, you know, don't worry. We'll expect better quality here. All right. Yeah, and it's hard to tell, but he also does have the battle damage, but he has it more around in his chest area. That's the other thing people are actually debating about. People are kind of asking, like, how tall is he? Because you could kind of tell that he's slightly small. I mean, to be fair, he got fit in that package somehow. So honestly, as long as he looks good, I'm all down. I mean, hey, and that's the best part. You know, they only cost like $9.98, and with the tax, it's basically like a $10 toy. Although to be fair, with the inflation, I wouldn't be surprised if it went up more. I mean, to buy a NECA figure now is annoying. They used to go from $20.99 to $32.99. So yeah, being a collector during this pandemic is not fun at all. And even if you're an adult collector and you're dealing with this, don't forget the little kids that love the Godzilla vs. Kong toy line. Trust me, there was a huge struggle when it came to that scalping issue. So let's just hope that that's died down, although I doubt it. So always be wary. Be wary of that. So I'm gonna show it to you again. Both the pictures, the Ferocious Kong and then the King Ghidorah. Like I say, they do highlight those white cards that does say the name, but they're kind of blurry, so I can't really say 100%. Sorry, 100% sure what it says. And Kong, yep, he comes with the helicopter. You can't tell. It's very blurry. You really can't tell. But it's basically it's like a very bright green. It's like a jungle green, basically. I mean, it makes sense. You know, Kong only killed like a couple of innocent people that were in that helicopter. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if for anyone that's never watched Kong Skull Island, just watch it and you'll understand what I mean. If you have seen it, then you know exactly what I mean. And I've noticed with King Ghidorah, he doesn't have any accessories, so I don't know if that's going to be added. Or maybe in this picture he doesn't show it because all the figures they all have accessories no matter what. It's not like sorry. Yeah, we can't give him nothing. No, you know he's gonna have to come with something, but who knows what it's gonna be? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be another vehicle. I mean, hey, that's fine with me. I think that's cool. Having small little arsenals to fight against Godzilla and whatever, I think that's great. Always love that, and I will always support that. Or who knows? Maybe he might come with a piece of a building because they figured the Godzilla with radio tower. I mean, it says in his name, come with a radio tower. So who knows? Who knows what he's gonna come with? So the next one I definitely want to talk about. This one's very interesting. This one I could tell the name a little bit. You know, I'm gonna take off my glasses just in case so I can get it right. I think the next figure, this next one is called City Destruction Godzilla. I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. I heard someone said that that's what it is. basically it's this figure. Where my finger's pointing, you see that orange Godzilla? Yep, that's the new figure. And you could tell too, it might be a new scope. Some people are debating if this is just a reuse of the Supercharged Godzilla. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think so. But I mean, if it is, it don't matter. It's still a nice figure. It's very nicely painted. And I love what they do with the battle damage. Now it's on his side. Because the battle damage on the other Godzilla figures was always on his chest. It was always on his chest. Same goes for the GVK Kong. The battle damage was always on his right arm. So with this new Kong figure, it's going to be his left. And with this new Godzilla, it's going to be on his side. That's some pretty gruesome stuff right there. Never thought would you ever get a kid's toy that legit comes with gore. That's funny. That's disgusting and funny. I mean, to be fair, even though the movies are PG-13, they could get quite violent sometimes. I won't lie. I mean, I think that kind of adds on to the fun because they are giant monsters fighting. I mean, well, what do you expect? Look at this. Look how disgusting that is. It's all red and shit. Oh my god. I love how it kind of reveals the joint in there, but as soon as I put his little piece back in, it kind of fixes it. And so. And you might not know, he does come with a tank. That's great, you know. I definitely hope we get more Godzilla figures like that. Yes, more tanks. That'd be dope. That'd be yes. Imagine putting this up on your shelf though. Yes, because I had a whole shelf just dedicated to GVK stuff. But because I wasn't able to get all the figures, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to call it quits. But no, they're bringing back this toyline, so I'm like, you know what? My shelf is ready. My wallet, I don't know. I mean, it might be ready. Like I say, these figures are not too expensive. You know. Now this figure is weird, right? Because at first people thought it was gonna be like a Burning Godzilla from Godzilla King of the Monsters, but eventually it wasn't. For the most part, you know what? I'm gonna use this as an example. If you hear some noises, that's just my Blu-ray collection. So don't be scared. Okay, that went a little more better than I thought. You know what? No, I no, because this is the Blu-ray cover. I need to get the DVD cover for this, but you know, I think you guys understand, right? Basically, a lot of people have speculated. I think it is true, if I'm being honest, because the package literally says it's from the 2014 Godzilla movie, where basically this figure is probably based off of one of the posters for the movie, and obviously this is not it. But you can kind of see the kind of atmosphere with the orangeness kind of going on. So that's kind of what the figure is basically based on. Yeah, yes, I have it on both Blu-ray and DVD. Even though, unpopular opinion, and please don't hate me for this, but I didn't really like this movie that much, if I'm being honest. But hey, at least the movie's gotten better, all right? King of the Monsters was great, and Godzilla vs. Kong was great. So there you go. In fact, just to show how dedicated I am, boom. There you go. Dedicated. As for Kong Skull Island, I don't have it on Blu-ray. So I'm sorry about that. You know, no hate on Kong, okay? Especially considering how much he's triumphed throughout GVK, right? So I'm pretty sure that's what that figure is based off of. You know. So obviously there's still more to come. We don't know how much more to expect. For the most part, it's going to be probably slow at first. They'll probably do what they did at the beginning and release them little by little. At first, they used to do like a 444 or like a 6 kind of thing. They only release a specific amount of figures at a time. They don't really release all of them at once. So we're kind of going to have to expect that with this line. But that's okay. That's all right, you know? Hey, whatever it takes to kind of help give my wallet some patience, all right? So that way I could work and not worry about having to spend too much money. I wouldn't complain about that, but like I say, you never know if inflation is going to affect the figures. So just keep mindful of that. Now, like I say, not only are they going to continue their MonsterVerse line, they're also going to continue their Classics line, but they're going to I wouldn't say expand it, but basically rebrand it. It's going to be called the Toho Classics now. It is no longer going to be the Classics line, just Toho Classics. Okay, no, I'm stupid. I apologize. No, it's not Toho Classic. It's Toho Series. I apologize. So now it's the same thing. They're gonna be releasing all their old figures that came out already, but they got 2 new figures. Okay, it's not much, but hey, at least it's 2. So it's better than nothing. And one's very interesting and one is very shocking. This is all I gotta say. I kid you not. Brace yourself. I can't talk. I can't say it. You get the idea. Just sit on tight, right? They're gonna actually be re-releasing Shin Godzilla, but it's not this version. No, they actually are going to re-release a brand new, newly sculpted Shin Godzilla figure. And I'm sorry, I know you can't tell from this picture where my finger is right. That's the newest figure, and I can tell you this right now. You're gonna have to take my word for it. So I do apologize, but you're gonna have to please trust me. It is a completely brand new sculpt, and I'm shocked that they actually did that. Well, considering that he was very controversial because Playmates was kind of like accused of stealing the sculpting from NECA because they did make a Shin Godzilla figure at some point. While I don't think that was intentional, because Toho has come, Playmates have come to admit that they were given like blueprints for the sculpting by Toho themselves, because Toho used to be partnered with NECA, but now that they are not, you know. But some people be like, "Oh yeah, of course they said that after they got caught." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. At least it's an explanation, all right." Listen, that's definitely something that I need to talk about in a future video too, because you'd be pretty surprised how much drama this shit caused. I am not kidding. But you know what? It looks nice. You could tell that he's kind of doing like that pose where he's like kind of roaring, because that was kind of a big thing with Shin Godzilla, is that when he's in that position, he would shoot that giant laser beam up in the sky. That was such a great scene in the movie. And I know what you're thinking, Josh, don't you mean his atomic breath? Well, in this version, it's like a laser blast. I have no idea. It probably is still said the same. Maybe it has the same name, but just slightly different. I don't know. Basically, that's what it is. It looks longer. It looks very long. And I mean, it's gotta be longer than this shit, honestly. And you could tell that it's like one full piece, because for this, I don't remember if this came in 2 pieces. I'm pretty sure it did came in 2 pieces. I'm not too sure. I actually have a picture of me holding the figure when I first bought it. Let me look for that, and I'll tell you if it came in 2 pieces or not. Why is that so important? Well, I'll get to that in a bit, right? Sometimes it just gotta do with the quality of the okay, yeah, it did came in 2 pieces. I was right. Yes, this is an old picture of me buying the toy for the first time. And of course, I had to take a picture of his face because that's meme worthy. As horrible and horrendous that paint job is, at least it's kind of funny. You know, at least it's kind of a kind of funny instead of a my money. Kind of funny. I mean, these classics do cost like $12.99, so take that. I guess I don't know. Well, listen, I'm both of these, and yes, I do plan on getting that Shin Godzilla. Although judging by his face, you can't tell because of the picture. Did they improve on the face? Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out when we get there, because, like I said, there are only 2 pictures online showing, so I don't know how much more we'll find. Hopefully, we will get some more info soon. I hope. Please, I want more info on this. I love these. The next one, though, we gotta talk about this. This looks so cool, honestly. I love the bright colors. I can't say the name. It's very complicated. It's one of Godzilla's form his forms. It's one of his forms from the show Godzilla Singular Point. Hi Ethan. Hey, do you have a Halo collection? Sadly, I used to, but not anymore. I used to be a huge Mega Bloks fan when it comes to the Halo figures, but I stopped collecting them because I've never played the games because they were only on Xbox, so I do apologize. Uh, but you'll definitely see more what I haven't stored because I am not only Godzilla and Ninja Turtles, I got other stuff as well. So just stay tuned on there, all right? I'll show you more of what we got. I think this is called, I don't want to butcher the name, Tater, let me see. The name's right there. Titera, it's one of his forms from Godzilla Singular. He's like a blue Godzilla, basically. Right there where my finger is. Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It looks pretty, and you could tell these are going to be shelf hoggers for sure because they got those long ass tails, and I'm like, damn. I hope they don't cost more than 13. That's all I'm going to say right now. Please do not raise the price on these. I mean, who knows? Because the quality has changed too. Because people used to kind of complain that they got like that cheap black plastic up, and I'm like, I mean, at least it's durable. At least it's not like bootleg quality where they like legit snap into pieces. This shit's hard. You hear that? That shit hurts. You got bad hearing? Listen to this. Does that sound fun? I hope you don't got headphones because that's probably gonna sound like ear rape. So apologies for that, but you get what I mean. Because the plastic quality has improved. They basically went from hard to almost soft, at least to where the paint job is smooth. So, like I say, their quality has definitely went up. So that is great. So, of course, before we end it, I'll show you the pictures one last time. Because this is a cheap YouTube channel. I don't got fancy production or anything like that. I kind of like doing videos like these, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't wait to do some gameplay, but not yet. Not yet. I need to give it more time. Let me not jump right into it right away. Because I know if I do that, you don't want to put effort in a video and then boom, you don't get nothing out of it. So I'll show you one last time, right? So of course you got the Battle Roar Mecha. Let me lower the brightness on this shit. I am sorry. You got the Battle Roar, and okay, but now it's not too bright. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Battle Roar Mecha Godzilla. I'm pretty sure his name is Ferocious Kong, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Ferocious Kong with the propeller. Kingidora. City Destruction Godzilla right there. And if you want to know who those two is, that's Godzilla with Heat Ray and then the Kong with the Battle Axe. Because like I said, they're most likely probably going to re-release them. And then, of course, you got their Toho Classics. I mean, series. Okay, I'm going to get them confused, okay? It's the same thing, but I need to keep it, right. So it's Toho Series, not Toho Classics. If I keep saying that too much in the future, please let me know. So I could correct myself. Toho Series, right? So they're going to re-release all their old ones, all the ones that they've made. As for the 11-inch 2004 Godzilla and their 11-inch Kong from Skull Island figure, I mean, that I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that's fine. It's all cool and all. But, because they were in the pictures. That's why I'm like, So, yeah. You got Rodan right there, who came out already. Shin got the brand new resculpted Shin Godzilla. And then the Godzilla Terra. Why do I get the feeling that it's going to be a simple sounding name? I'm just making myself stupid. In that case, I'm sorry. And then those two at the bottom, that's just the 1995 Burning Godzilla and then Gorosaurus. And those figures are already out, For the most part, they haven't been that hard to find. The Classics line was a Target. I should take it back. They were in Walmart and Target, but you mostly find them in Target. And let's be real, that's pretty much the best you're going to be able to find them. As for their MonsterVerse line, I hope they expand it to more stores. I really hope that it's not a Walmart exclusive. But whenever more info pops up about this stuff, I will talk about it. Of course, we're going to do a follow-up. just like with my Future Rage 4 video with the new patch, we're going to do a follow-up. We're going to do a part 3 of that as well in the future. I just wanted to wait a little longer until some more juicy info comes out for that game. So that's about it. We got some new toys. We're going to make that. It's definitely enough to make any Godzilla and King Kong fan any happy, you know, so it's great. I'm excited. I can't wait. You know, can't wait to see these guys again. It's perfect. Well, why not? Look at that. This is the Godzilla from the Hong Kong battle. Look at that. Look how purple this dude is. He looks so much better when you put him in the light, because when you just put him like in a corner, he kind of looks sad. It looks eh. But it looks pretty cool, so yeah. So that's about it. All right. I know this video was really long, but you had a lot to kind of, you know, go on. So hope you guys stay safe out there. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you want. Leave a dislike if you want. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now to get some more info on this. And yeah, that's it. Alrighty. So let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. I mean, that's about it, if I'm being honest. Just nothing up. More about upcoming Godzilla projects. I mean, obviously that's in the making. We still don't know what it is going to be 100%. But, you know, it's good to know that the King of the Monsters and the Giant Monkey is alive and well in 2022. Great. Well, have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one.